Microsoft Surface 3, the successor to the Surface 2, brings a lot of design and features that you find in the Surface 3 Pro at an affordable price point starting at $449. What you have here is a very slick device, but let's take a look at some of the features, starting off first of all on the size of the device. Now on the right hand side, you do have all your ports. That's where everything your connectors are. You've got a display port, a full USB 3.0 port, and as we move down, you see a micro USB port for charging, which has changed from what we have in the Surface 2 or the Surface 3 Pro, and your headphone jack. So Microsoft has really decided to put in a lot of ports here to make this device at least comparable for all your users. Now that is the first kickstand level. We move to the second, and here is the third. They've given you 3 kickstand levels instead of the full motion like the 3 Pro, but it's still very useful. You've got that kind of pen writing level and also resistance, giving you the ability to actually use this device on different levels and different flows so that it works well. And we go back to the first kickstand level. Again, I do like the way it's set up. Now at the back, you have an 8 megapixel camera. We do have volume and power buttons on the top, and your micro SD of course is also on the right hand side, expandable to whatever size possible. On the left hand side, there's pretty much nothing, and Microsoft have kept all the ports on one side. Now this is the new type cover keyboard for the Surface 3. We detach it, we got the red one because that's our favorite color. And this is a backlit keyboard. It's got your full keyboard rows. It's also got a better trackpad, feels much better, also much more rigid. And it's also got the same connector style like the Surface 3 Pro, so it kind of hinges up to give you a better typing experience, as you can see in the angle there. So when you have it on your lap or in any use case, it's really solid. You've done a good job. Now in terms of performance and processor, we have the 128GB version here with the new Intel Atom X7 Z8700 processor. It's a quad-core processor, 64-bit processing, and we have 4 gigs of RAM. Now the new charger is also different. Like I said, it uses micro USB charging. So you've got this new micro USB charger here. You can also use any one, but that's what comes with it, with an LED indicator in the front showing you which way to actually plug it in. It makes it an easier process, so you can tell from the LED there that that's how you're supposed to connect your device all together. Now a couple of things to mention with the Surface 3 as you look at the screen. The display is a 1080p display. Aspect ratio is 3:2. It's also a 10.8-inch screen. You've got a 3.5 megapixel front-facing camera, and you can see it's a 10-finger touch, very smooth operations. Like we see the Avengers there as our background. You've got a Windows button on the side. And it's very nice and easy to navigate, really smooth scrolling experience overall. We have Steam here. We install Steam. It's an x86 computer, so we'll show you some gameplay later on down the line, but I wanted to show you some of the browsing capabilities as well as how things look on the browser, and also some of the performance you get with this processor. Now the new Intel Atom processor does handle things very well. Browsing the web, surfing, things like that, you don't have any issues with that. There are no slowdowns or anything like that. It's easy to navigate through web pages, whether you're scrolling with your fingers on the touch screen, as you can see there on the Booredatwork homepage. It's a very easy process. You can go through in and out. You can go into your different web browsing web pages or view things you want to see on screen, or even if you decide to use the touchpad on here, it also does a very smooth job in just scrolling up and down. So you get, like I said, a very smooth experience with the Surface 3. Now it also has, of course, 2 cameras. There's a 3.5 megapixel front-facing camera for video chat using Skype, Hangouts, things like that, and a rear camera which is an 8 megapixel camera. So we have that there, and you can see the rear camera, it's now focused back. Let's go ahead and do a few things here so we can get some of our focus back on screen. So switch to the front facing camera, and that's me there. I'm going to actually tilt the screen down a little bit so you guys get a better idea. So okay, there we go. You can see us much clearly. So that's the front-facing camera. It does a decent job, especially with the low light capabilities. It really does a good job in video chat. And also you can switch to the front-facing camera. Let's go ahead and get something, and we'll take a photo, which we'll just quickly attach so you guys can take a look at and see. And there, you know, we have Megatron, not Galvatron. I know I called him Galvatron, and it does a good job in just giving us a nice fluid experience. The camera is decent, nothing too crazy there. Now, some of the other accessories you can get with this is actually the pen, but we decided to use our pen from the Surface Pro 3 because it is pretty much the same pen that you can use, and we're using OneNote, and it's quite easy to go ahead and start sketching and writing on screen and doing all the artistic stuff. I am not artistic, so don't expect anything fantastic other than this very ugly card that I am sketching out right now, that I think a lot of people will find pretty silly. But that's the idea. You can do anything you want to do with the Surface 3. A lot of those features, even from the Surface Pro 3, is also down here, especially with OneNote included. So you can see I can go ahead, I can erase my ugly card, which is terrible. I can take that out. I can go ahead and select my smiley face and move him over to the left hand side. I can also select the Booredatwork chicken scratch that I just did and move that down next to the smiley face. So you get the general idea. This is a very useful tool. So if you're a student, if you're an artist, this might be a good option for you, especially at the price point you're getting at $449, starting for the 4GB version. Now, you're also probably wondering, how is typing with that keyboard? It's very good. I have larger hands, so the keyboard is smaller for me, but that 3:2 aspect ratio makes it fit properly. I think it does it. They do a very good job easy typing. I'm using Notepad here just to let you know that you will get Office 365 for a year. Use it, but when you pick up the Surface 3, which also means you get a terabyte of OneDrive storage. Yes, you get 1 terabyte of OneDrive as well as a year of Office 365 with the purchase of your Surface 3. So there's a lot of value here, especially student, small business, things like that. This actually brings in a lot of functionality, and I'll call it, you say, use case scenario with the Surface 3. So that does a very good job overall. Now let's take a look at some gaming on this device. We talked about gaming a little bit, but let's take a look at gaming quickly. We have a full gaming video which you can definitely check out, but we want to just give you a glimpse of what gaming looks like, and also you can listen to audio from this device. So here's a short clip of gameplay. Hopefully you enjoy it. The new UX is called the LG UX 4.0, which takes a lot of features of Android 5.1 and scaled, of course, with what LG has. You can see there you've had your notification area. You've also got a expanded settings menu there. If we just go in and check to see what version of Android we're running, you'll find out that we are actually running Android 5.1, which is actually the latest version of Android, which is good. So you've got a very snappy device. It doesn't come with a lot of bloatware. This is the international version, mind you, by the way, so you're not going to get a lot of bloatware. You've got a few applications that are installed here for you by LG, but it's a very smooth experience, a fast experience to use actually. Now the Snapdragon 808 processor does a very good job. You've also got the smart notifications. This is something that gives you a way to improve your device. The Surface 3 is not a gaming beast, so don't expect it to do that. It will play some of your basic Steam games pretty well, but overall this is a solid device. Now battery life, you will get up to 10 hours of use, browsing, watching video, things like that. The keyboard is very solid. You've got a lot of ports and functionality, so this is a device I think a lot of people will definitely like. I suggest you go with the 128GB version, getting the keyboard, and I do hope Microsoft will bundle that keyboard more together. It makes a lot of sense to do that. I've always said that with the Surface Pro 3, and I hope they do that with the Surface 3. It's a very versatile device. I think a lot of people will find some great functionality with it. Again, like I said, you can do some light gaming with it. Arkham, you could see, was some slowdowns, well, a lot of slowdowns, but some other games which you can check out our gaming video for. It really works very well. So that is our review of the Surface 3. If you have any questions or any comments, let us know. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video so we can make more videos for you. Do subscribe to the channel, and always enjoy your entertainment.